So here we go again. So we have this Sylvania. I don't forgot what model number it is. If it's not written on the front, I don't know why, but I know, because I have one of these in the other room, and I bought it because I needed to replace the current one I had, which was a Toshiba, and the front display on the one I have is very dim. You almost can't see it. You can only see it at night when the lights are turned off. And I needed a new one, basically a whole new unit, because you go online, you try to buy another one. Anyways, it's a Toshiba DVR 610. I bought the Toshiba DVR 620, but the problem with that one was when you hook up the component cable on the back, you hook it up to the screen, you get like a green tint now. I guess supposedly I damaged the connectors on the back, so I needed to buy a new one. Well, unfortunately, this one right here, when I connect for a component, I only get... Here, let me flip it around. And you notice this, I noticed this about this particular one, it's like brand new, basically. You hook it around, you only get it out for DVD. So that's going to be a problem. And as you can see here, S-Video's only output for DVD, not VHS. So, me buying this one from a garage sale for $5 might have seemed like a good idea. It's a ZV420SL8. I had that black one. I wish I would have showed it. I wish I would have done a demonstration on. But it had a digital tuner, and it was black, and it was Sylvania. It had Sylvania name written on the front, and it had very similar last 3 digits. And the problem with this one I've noticed is the VCR itself is damaged beyond repair. I happen to have a VHS right here. It just happens to be the one I grabbed at Whitney Houston. And I noticed it's got like some like white powder or something in there. It looks like dust almost, but probably is. Probably just dust. You know, after so many years of owning a tape, VHS tape by now, you think by now they would have dust in them. All of them would be filled with dust. Look at the picture on there. It's like very bad quality. Anyways, that's probably all about that I'm going to be able to show. About like, what is it, like 16 seconds? And anyway, so the VCR is going to have to be, what do you call that? The video drum's going to have to be ripped out. I don't have money for that. And I don't even have money for that. So, and when I bought this particular unit, I bought it with the hopes of being able to use it, not to resell it, which of course is probably what's going to end up happening, because I noticed this when I bought this one. It had brown spots on the front, and it also had brown spots. I cleaned it with alcohol twice, and it did not come back the third time. But every single time I cleaned it, I left it out in the garage after I cleaned it, which I don't see any more brown spots anywhere. So maybe it was just that I didn't clean it the first time with the alcohol, and it just, happened to be what you call stained. Because people don't know this. You can stain plastic. You can stain plastic. You can stain plastic like this. You can stain that. I've seen people before where they've taken like certain solvent agents, make little spots on it, different colors and stuff, especially with spray paint. I've seen it. It doesn't look very good. And I did notice this too. They're supposed to be what you call no door here, but some of them do. Most of the Toshibas have a door. If they're a recorder on this side, like this one is. But I noticed this DVD player and recorder is like brand new. I bet you it's never been used in its life. There's no way to test this to see if you can pull up an hours, because Funai didn't really care about these Sylvania decks. They made them as cheap as they possibly could. And I have the other one in the other room that I have is like the inside of it is like brand new. When it played a VHS before the mode switch needed to be cleaned, it was like brand new. The picture quality was good, was really good and everything. I mean, you could have gotten like 485, like I think like maybe 520p out of that thing. It looked really good. This one, on the other hand, didn't look too good. I've already cleaned the video heads, and you notice this how there's just so much stuff I've already done to this one already, and I think it's just time to call it quits. Either put it in service just for the DVD recorder someplace, or scrap it, because the VCR is beyond repair. And it's not the VHS tape, because that VHS tape showed up on the other one crystal clear. Probably about it last year when I bought that one off of Facebook. I keep buying these off of Facebook for like, whenever I see them for 45 or 50 bucks and you have to pay to ship them. Usually they're like 20 to 25 bucks, and those are the ones I've been buying. Those are the ones I've been showing. And this one right here I got from a estate sale for 5 bucks. So, and well, those ones that you usually see on Facebook Marketplace that are like 20 bucks, $25, you have to pay like $20 for shipping, or $25 for shipping. And I noticed this too about majority of them. They're either like this, where the VCR is completely totaled, or I've seen them before where people have said all the DVD player doesn't work anymore. Well, you want to buy the ones where the DVD recorder still works, because you can always hook another VCR up to this, but finding another VCR is going to be expensive these days. You might be looking at, if you're looking online, you might be looking at inflated prices, because those Megdabox units that you always see that were produced during like the 2000s, those sold at Walmart. I remember them at Walmart when I was a kid in like 2005 to 2006. $89.99. You can't even find them anymore for that. You have to pay more. So those are inflated prices. I don't give a shit if they're vintage or not. That's inflated prices. And anyways, I did notice this about this particular unit of how clean it is inside. I'll show you in a minute. Or actually, I'll show you right now. But you can see inside there. There's no hair. It's just completely clean inside. It smells like it's brand new. It's got that oil, like when you buy like a new... Like when you buy, back in the day when you used to buy like a new DVD player, you would smell, like open up and smell it. You would smell like the oil, the grease. It smells just like this. This unit right here still smells like that. It smells like it's brand new. And it's kind of a shame, because the DVD recorder is like brand new. Look at the display on the front of this. Look how bright and look how crisp that looks. It's like brand new. It's kind of a shame. I could keep this and use the VCR and like hope that one day that I find out how to fix it. And I did notice this about this model as well. It does codec picture CD compatible. So, and it also has the capability for S-Video on the front, which is what I've been looking for. So this one right here might be a probability for me to use. And like I showed, like in the first video that I released, I think earlier this week, that was filmed all the way back in like June or something like that. I filmed that way back in June. I just haven't released it until now, because it's just getting so hard to find these things these days like these. Especially considering that this one right here is missing the feet on the bottom. It's missing the rubber thing on the bottom. You can see it right there. It's missing the rubber. See how that one right there's got like a little bit of black thing right here? The other side is missing it. And I'll show you this too. This drawer opens beautifully. I noticed there was just a little bit of a delay there. But it opens and closes just so beautifully. I had a Megdabox one that I was selling on Facebook Marketplace. I listed it for sale for $50. I think I paid, what was it? I got it from a thrift store. Actually, no, I didn't. I got it for free. I got it from like one of those free groups. And I used it for 2 years. And I got tired of looking at it. So I listed it for sale because I think I know what happened was I've got a much newer model. I got a much newer one from like, I think it was from like 2006. The previous one I had was from 05, so I listed it for sale. And I listed it for $50. It sat on there for what, 3 to 6 months? I think I sold it on the 7th month it had been listed. Some guy came all the way, I think he drove all the way from Michigan just to come pick it up. And he told me, he said, you know how rare these things are to find these days? Especially from the 2000s, they're extremely rare. He said, he told me this and said he bought 4 or 5 of them for $50. And out of the 4 or 5 of them, every single one of them lasted like 3 months, he told me, after buying it. They just don't last. These people are paying these high prices like this. Go and look on Amazon. You'll see a lot of people are really upset with those Megdaboxes from that era, from that time period, because majority of them don't have HDMI. They didn't even have HDMI until 2008. Funai didn't even start using that until 2007. Panasonic, Toshiba, Sony, they started using that right away in 05. So this particular unit here with no HDMI, I couldn't see any more than $50. That seems to be about the cap on these. And also, I noticed this too, for its age, it has a dubbing button. And you notice this too has this VCR and DVD record. So I'm going to make a demo on this one and then post it in the future. And I did notice this too. A lot of these models will say HQ up here, which means high quality, which means that it can go above and beyond 480p for VHS, which DVD is 720p. HD starts at 720. So this is considered analog. This is not considered a digital recorder. And for this to be at this current age and still have all of its buttons and every single one of these buttons does something and works, which is very rare for this particular unit, because I've seen these before where you click this button here and there's nothing behind. It's gone. It's been ripped out. I bought one off of Facebook Marketplace, which I'm going to make a video about yet. I just received it like 2 weeks ago. I got my money back. I was totally scammed. And this rewind button and the power button were broken right off. They were no longer resistant anymore. It's kind of sad because it's a Toshiba DVR660, which is pretty rare. And you notice this too, how it says output here. The button on that one is there, it works, which is nice, but it doesn't have a tracking, it has a channel buttons, which is nice. I thought you'd find this interesting for people that usually are interested in these. This one also has a fan, which is very unusual for 2008. Because if you look at all the DVD or single unit DVD recorders of this era, they don't have fans. They don't have fans anymore. And I remember because I was looking, I have a Toshiba single unit DVD recorder from 07, no fan. I got one from 2010, 2013, no fan. No fan. So, this one right here has a fan, you can hear it. And I usually these ones with the fans usually last a little bit longer, but the problem is they were super expensive when they were new. Like this one, like this Sylvania unit probably would have been like $400 or $500 new. Might have been $300 new. You'd go out and buy the Panasonic one, you'd be looking at $450, $500. Sony one was probably, I think the Sonys were a little bit cheaper. I think $399, $259. I think somewhere between there. Well, those Megabox ones that you used to see at Walmart were like $249.99, $159.99, $159.99. So you see them now online. You see them online nowadays. I see them all the time on, what do you call that, on Facebook. And they want like $200 for those. I have one. I got it for free off of Facebook, off of a free group, because it needed a bunch of work and the guy wasn't willing to put any money into it. And it needed like the VCR to be completely rebuilt. You had to take it apart. And that was going to be like $200 right there. If you take it to a shop these days, the last shops that are available, they always seem to charge these ridiculous prices. And this is also a 4-head hi-fi stereo, so you just got the regular, it's just a regular unit. So I bet you this one right here was probably cheaper. I'd say like $200, maybe $159.99. This probably was at Walmart. You don't even see the Sylvania brand anymore. And I did look this up online. 2008 was the last year of VCRs, last year of them by Sylvania brand. This would be the last year that they made these, that Sylvania even had these made. After this, all I could find was like a DVD recorder that went out of production in 2010. And a bunch of DVD players. That's it. So this would be the end of Sylvania with a DVD recorder. This would be like the last year. Last year of this for Sylvania, 2008. Anyways, thanks for watching. Sorry this went on longer than I anticipated. And anyways, so goodbye.